Hi, everyone. My name is Mark, and welcome to Day Trader's Quest. This is a new channel I've created to help me stay accountable for my day trading activities. I've been a day trader since mid 2024. I kind of got the bug after reading Ross Cameron's book and really starting to watch just YouTubers out there all over the place and what they've been doing. I've been fascinated by both the science of trading and the math behind it, but also the fact that it's so human driven, the emotions, things like that. It truly is a game, and so for me, I've decided to embark on this quest. My goal is to become a profitable trader. Am I profitable now? Not yet. Am I getting there? You betcha. And so, what I want to do is actually establish a place where I can start sharing what I'm doing each day to help me become consistent, to help me kind of become more disciplined. Being able to share what I do each day and being accountable to all of you is something that would I see is something that's going to help me as a trader. A little bit about more about me. My big focus is I trade stocks. I don't do crypto or options or anything like that. I trade basic stocks out of Webull, and then from there, what I end up doing is I focus in on small and micro cap stocks. Usually floats less than 10 million, and I'm usually looking for momentum plays. So I'm trading between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. Most of the time, I'm not trading after the bell, but who knows? And for me, it is looking at that pre-market. So let's go ahead and I want to share with you what I did today. And you can see that on the screen here. Today, I had a pretty decent day. For the first day of trading in March, I came out with a 2.53 R. So my R's are in kind of set at $100. So for me, $253 is not a bad day to start the month. I took 6 trades and a lot of, two on 3 different stocks. 2 of those stocks, of course, were in the oil and gas industry with all the stuff going on in Iran. That has caused a lot of fun spikes there. But let's go into it. I'll share with you what I did, my thought pattern, and then we'll go from there. So let's go in and find that first trade I took. So first trade I took was actually at 726. And let's pop it open. So this was on USEG, so a gas company. And for me, I originally purchased it on the idea of it breaking through VWAP. Now, I came in a little early. I'm going to be honest. I probably should have waited it for it to tap through and then get in. Didn't do that. I got in. It pulled back. My stop loss was 10 cents. And so it didn't break that. It got close, but it didn't break that. Came back up, and I sold as it punched through VWAP, but it didn't take off. And so when it didn't take off, I decided to let go. Should have held a little longer. Could have definitely made another $100 or so off that, another R on it. So it is what it is. But it was generally a decent trade. But it was a longer one, as you can see. I held that one for a bit. Next trade I had was on TURB, another gas company. I bought them again for a break of VWAP, really on a bounce here initially as they were coming down. Started to see it spike back up again, went touched VWAP, didn't sell, came back up, did it again, and I finally decided to just get out. If I would have held a little longer, I could have recovered up to, not recovered, but could have made my full R goal. So my goal is always going to be plus 1 R. So 1.1 is great. It's more than what I'm risking. And so for me, this was like I said, okay trade, but it was, but again, just really slow. That was the only thing. February was slow. January was kind of slow. It's just still kind of very choppy trading out there. All right, next one we have. This one was so when it didn't break VWAP that second time here with TURB, I had bailed out. It came back up on a third attempt, and I tried it. And here, a little bit of fear of loss hit me. I was already up about $100 for the day. I was feeling pretty good. I didn't want to give any back. That's bad discipline, bad trading. And I ended up, it went up and I bought in, but I pretty much sold pretty quickly coming into that. It swung a little bit. If I would have held, I could have definitely made a little bit more. It didn't take off the way I wanted it to when it broke VWAP. And so that was something I'm kind of, and even why I kind of gave myself 4 stars on it out of 5, because I had a fear of loss, but it didn't break out. So I says, you know what, I'm out. So I decided to do that. And I was glad I did that. It started curling back down, of course. I then got into Ruby. So Ruby had come out with some breaking news about how much they valued their assets, and not really good news per se, but it was making something move. And so I took a look at it. There was a micro pullback right here, right around a little over $1, about 108. I came in at, and I took that all the way up to 115. And so for me, it wasn't, it was a decent trade. I was fairly happy with this one. I got out before it came back down. Of course, it then did, of course, come back up, and I did try to capitalize that on a little bit, but I had a little bit of a fear of loss here come in. I bought down as it hit VWAP down here. It didn't completely bounce fast, and so I bailed fairly quickly. I wish I would have hung on a little bit longer, of course, because you can see that move that it made up towards about $1.30. And then finally, the last trade I took here was also on Ruby, and again, this could have been a better one. Fear of loss. That's one of my big vices that I deal with, is that fear of loss. I brought it for the break of high of the day, the high of day, and it did that, and it broke. And as it broke, I decided to get out. But I came in right around 112. That thing then spiked in the next minute to about almost little 130 something. I think it was. It actually ultimately hit when I look at my charts on Webull. And I should have held that. It's one of my big things to work on, is holding. So, like I said, it is what it is. And so I mean, if I look back at it, it was generally a good day. I mean, I don't consider, this is a great way to start March, great way to start this process out. Like I said, every day I'm going to plan on uploading a new video, just what I traded, why I traded it, to hold me accountable to you all, to make sure that I'm doing the right stuff, I'm following my rules, and I'll try to share some of those as I go too. So so keep on going out there, folks. Good luck as you're out there on your own journeys and your own quest to find consistency, profitability, and hopefully a better life. Thanks, everyone.